Good morning, students. In today's session, we'll discuss about encipherment using modern symmetry key cipher. So it's a type of encryption and decryption technique. The main objectives of today's session is to understand the principle of modern symmetry key cipher and how encryption and decryption is done using modern symmetry key ciphers. These are the two main objectives of today's session. At the end of today's session, you will be in a position to understand what you mean by modern symmetry key encryption and how encryption and decryption can be done using symmetric keys. And also understand the merits and demerits of symmetry key ciphers. These are the three outcomes we are expecting you to understand, you to come out with after attending this session. Let us start with modern symmetry key cipher. A modern symmetry key cipher is a simple technique for encryption and decryption process. Generally, in a network security, what happens is whenever a plain text need to be transmitted, mean first it has to be encrypted. After the text has been transmitted, at the receiving end, it has to be decrypted to get back the original plain text. So the modern symmetry key cipher encrypts an n block of plain text or decrypt an n bit block of ciphertext. So given a plain text, some key information is added to that one. So plain text plus the key information, together we call it as a ciphertext. So ciphertext is generated at the encryption process. After the ciphertext has been transmitted, at the receiving end, a decryption process has to take place where the ciphertext is once again using some set of rules, it is converted back into plain text. So here, key bits are used for encryption and decryption. It can be designed as either a substitution cipher or as a transposition cipher. So generally, there is a more need for designing substitution cipher when compared to transposition cipher, because substitution cipher minimize the number of search. As an example, consider a block cipher with n number of bits equal to 64 and assume that in the text there are 10 ones. Then how many tests we need to recover the plain text from the intercepted ciphertext? So the converted text will be ciphertext, the original text will be plain text, and the ciphertext has n equal to 64 and it has number of ones equal to 10. There are two possibilities. One is ciphertext can be designed as a substitution cipher or a ciphertext can be designed as a transposition cipher. Let us understand how these two techniques will work. In the first case, if no idea is available about how many ones are present in the plain text, if the number of ones present in the plain text is unknown, then what happens is it is necessary to try all the possible 64-bit blocks to find out the number of ones in the ciphertext. The second case, if the number of ones in the plain text is known, in the first case, the number of ones in the plain text is unknown. The second case, the number of ones in the plain text is known, then we have to go for exhaustive search attack. In that case, the number of possibility we have to try is 64 n 10. So combination of 64 where 10 ones are there, then it becomes a very huge number. So this is a block diagram of a 3-bit block transposition cipher. So input will be your plain text and it's a 3-bit block transposition cipher. So after that, some keys, the number of keys are required to convert the plain text into ciphertext will be here 3 bits. So original plain text plus the 3-bit key text, 3-bit key is added to that one, then it is converted into a ciphertext. Solution. So the set of all permutation table have 6 elements and the key should be 3 bits long. So for 3 bits long, 3-bit keys, the number of permutation combinations are 123, 132, 213, 231, 312, and 321. So altogether we have 6 different possibilities. If the number of bits in the key is 4, then it leads to 24 different possibilities. So permutation table will be short in case of substitution cipher when compared to transposition cipher. So ciphers are two types. One is substitution cipher, other one is transposition cipher. So number of entries in the permutation table will be less in case of substitution cipher when compared to transposition cipher. So in today's class, we understood what do you mean by modern substitution cipher. A substitution cipher is a type of symmetric cipher where the plain text is converted into cipher text through the addition of a key. And we also understood the basics of block transposition cipher. In the next class, we'll discuss in detail about block transposition cipher. Based on today's session, let us revise what we have studied through some simple multiple choice question. Type of cipher in which plain text is processed one bit at a time. If only one bit is processed at a time, it's called as a substitution cipher. If block is processed at a time, it's called as a block cipher. The correct answer is, so it's called, if a single bit is processed at a time, it's called as a stream cipher. D, the correct answer is D. Type of cipher in which plain text is processed block by block. As the name indicates, it's called a block cipher. In the case of previous one, stream cipher, the information is processed one digit at a time. In the case of block cipher, it is processed block by block. So in our subsequent session, we'll discuss about block cipher and stream cipher in detail. The correct answer here it is B. Modern block cipher is designed as substitution cipher, transposition cipher, both A and B, none of these. The correct answer is the modern block cipher can be designed either as a substitution cipher or as a transposition cipher. The correct answer is C. Modern block cipher uses key bit key. The answer true or false. The correct answer is true. So for 3-bit, the number of K value will be, it could be either 3-bit key we can use it or 4-bit key we can use it. If 3-bit key are used, then the permutation table has 6 entries. For 4-bit, it becomes 24 combinations. So these are the two popular reference books on cryptography and network security. One is Cryptography, Network Security, Principles and Practices, 4th edition by William Stalling. The second one is Fundamentals of Computer Security by Prixax, Hodjonow, and Seberry, Springer publication. So in today's class, we learned about what do you mean by a cipher text, how a plain text is converted into a cipher text through the addition of a key, and this is at the encryption process, and how we will recover the plain text from the cipher text at the decryption process. And the two types of cipher are, one is block cipher, other one is substitution stream cipher. And the block cipher, as the name indicates, the information is processed block by block. In the case of stream cipher, it is processed one digit at a time. So anyway, in our next session, we'll discuss about these two cipher in detail about their merits and demerits. With this, I will conclude today's session. Thank you.